What's going on, YouTube? How's all the beautiful people? Well, good morning. Today we have this Craftsman lawn edger with a 140cc engine. It runs, but it doesn't run at full RPM. So I've got the breather cover off here. Let's start it up and let's see what it's doing. All right, a little kaboom here. Here we go. As you can see, it's just not reaching full revs. So let me get you guys positioned, get this a little bit better positioned, and we'll tear into it. See what kind of boogers we find. All right, I'm gonna try to stay out of your way. If you'll try to stay out of my way, this ought to go pretty smooth. Let's just open this bad boy up. Kind of see what we got. I suspect it's probably a linkage issue, but you never know. Yeah, I never know. But we're gonna find out, aren't we? It does have nearly a full tank of fuel, so we're gonna pinch that off. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect that fuel line so we can take it. This tank is built into the shroud, so I want to get the shroud out of the way, therefore we got to get all this shit out of the way. Which may be easier said than done with that primer on there. Let's see about getting it out of the way. Oh, never mind, that's just a breather tube. We'll leave it alone. There's the primer, or purge. This engine does not have a choke, therefore that's why it's got the primer. Let's see if I can get it off this way. Come on, man. Trying to get it off without damaging it, because it's, well, too late for that. I already damaged it. Alrighty. Well, let me just get a pair of side cutters. And we'll just snip it. I think there's plenty left. If not, I got more. Alright, we get this cover off right here because it's hiding the governor. And see what we got here. I hope you guys can see the lighting in here. It's kind of junk. Yeah. Kind of cloudy outside. We got some storms potentially coming through. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of looking it over to see if anything seems to be out of place. All right, right, hang on, I'm getting a phone call. All right, fellas, I'm back. Well, whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so all the linkage and stuff, I don't know if that's too bright or what, but appears to be in perfect order. Nothing seems out of place until you look inside the carburetor. See that? Yeah. Uh-huh. These little filters that come with these, I'll tell you what, it's the junkiest shit I've ever seen. Look at this. Look at this. That's the filter, man. It's just garbage, man. Why? I guess it works, but damn. Not if it's letting all that shit through. I mean, I guess, you know, the guy using it might have. Oh, my bad. Man, that camera work sucks. Anyways, I guess the guy using it might have had the breather off or had it loose or something. But anyways, let's jerk that carb off. We'll go ahead and go through it, get it cleaned up, put it back together, and see if we fixed the issue or if we need to dig any deeper. But obviously, the carburetor's got some big boogers in there. So let's fix it. All right, we're pretty much here as far as getting this carb off. I just got this, move this out of the way momentarily while I get that clamp off. They're out of the way. I'm really loving these clamps. That I used to use that old one that I've had for 25 years or so that you have to screw. It works fine, but this is certainly easier. Let's see if we can't get this fuel line off without any damage. They just don't give you a ton of room here. Kinda coming off. Kind of nice to be able to use that clamp to pull against like that. Works pretty good. There it is. Now, we can go ahead and get the shroud out of the way, and that'll open everything up for inspection. Look at that. Be careful with your gasket. Sometimes these studs can be spread apart or pinched together just enough to catch your gasket. Throttle linkage off. Get the spring off. Be careful with these springs. They aren't made of anything stout, and they bend real easy. Okay, we got it off. There's the gasket. We'll leave it behind. Let's get moved over to the bench and open this jewel up, shall we? All right, I got my little lid there. Let's open it up. See if we find any boogers. Golly, that thing was on there. Gas smells good. Dang. You can tell this has never been off. It's got a mark on it from the factory. They had her tight. Yeah. Right over there, I don't know if you can see it, but right over there is some dirt. So I mean, not much. Everything else looks pretty good. Inside of here looking pretty good. Needle looking good, seat looking good. Oh, that's a weird shape. I can't say I've ever seen one look like that. This doesn't have, I mean, this machine doesn't idle. You know, and it could come down to just needing to adjust the governor. You know, the guy that has this, I don't believe he's ever messed with it. As far how is it how it runs, I mean, I haven't looked to see how old it is, but get that old fuel line or primer line off. There just ain't much to them, is there? Man, we should be careful with these plate or brass jets. It don't take a whole lot to. Oh yeah, I got dirt in there. I've got dirt. No surprise. Well, I was hoping that was going to come out of there with some ease. See what we can do with the pick. A lot of times when you find these emulsion tubes with dirt and stuff in there, that dirt can get in there and kind of bind them up so they don't just come out for you real easy. I would say, aside from a little dirt in the carburetor, pretty good shape. We just got to figure out how that dirt's getting there. I don't know if maybe the filter was ran, it was just allowed to get dirty or what, but I'm just going to poke a torch tip cleaner through all these little holes real quick, and then I'm going to let her soak in the ultrasonic, even though it's most likely not a required step. Well, it's never a required step, it just makes it easy. It'll get in the passages inside that carburetor that you just can't get to. Yeah, that one there's too small for my tip cleaner. One thing that works pretty good is just a piece of wire from a wire brush. This one's got a bend to it, so it won't go in there very far, but I can feel it going in, so I think we're good to go there. Alrighty. In you go, in you go, in you go. Oh, this has got a spring on it, so be careful. There we go. And that spring will come off, so be aware. Not necessary to, I'm not going to clean these, so I'll just leave them be. This carburetor really is in good shape. I just like to run them through the ultrasonic, because if you're doing this for yourself, nah, it ain't necessary. Try it out without, whatever. But you're cleaning one for a customer. I sleep better knowing that I've done all I can. And it's been warming up, so we'll run it. Alrighty, I'm gonna let this thing marinate and do a little slow cooking, and I'll bring you guys back whenever we reassemble it. Alrighty then, we got it all out of the cooker. Appears to have cleaned up nicely. Blow this off with some air, so. We no longer have any boogers inside the intake of the carb. Booger free, man, booger free. Alright, pardon the noise, sorry about that. Okay, let's put this thing back together and see if we've rectified the problem or made it worse. I feel pretty good about it. I'm going to blow a little bit more air through the emulsion tube. Make sure it's good to go. You know, nowadays it has become the norm when your carburetor's acting up to just buy a new one. Well, in a lot of cases that works fine. But in most cases, that pile of shit, if you will, that you buy is just, I mean, there's a reason why they're cheap, because they are cheaply built. You know, it's just a throwaway society anymore. If something ain't working right, you know, the average, not necessarily the average Joe, but a lot of people in a case like this would have just got on Amazon and ordered them, and I've done it too, don't get me wrong. Would have gotten on Amazon and ordered a new carburetor for this and just thrown this one in the trash without even opening it. I don't even know what it looks like on the inside. And it's, you know, in some cases it works great, but in most cases it's pretty sad. It's not even necessary. But to each their own. Sometimes these gaskets, when you remove them, they don't act right anymore. So it can be a booger to get them back on. A pain in the ass. Sometimes you can just flip them over and you'll have a little bit better success. Not always. As you can see, this one's giving me fits. Come on, man. My son and I are leaving here in about 20 or 30 minutes, and we are headed to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to pick up a lift for working on small engines. I'm pretty pumped about that. I didn't really do the figuring to see where this It needed the face so that drain is more accessible, but I think it's that way. All right. I'm pretty excited about the lift. I ain't gonna lie. My back's hating me most days. Super generous fella. His name is Tony. That's all I'll say. But you know, he's in the hydraulic business. I found this lift on the marketplace, and he is, you know, a lot of times when you try to sell stuff on the marketplace, it turns into a train wreck, literally. People asking stupid questions. They don't even read the description. They just go straight to asking stupid questions. But this guy was very generous. I asked him if he could check into what it would cost to have it shipped. He did. And he even offered to meet me. So he's driving roughly halfway. I'm driving roughly halfway, and gonna make the purchase. I don't really care what kind of shape it's in. He's so nice. I'm buying it. So, anyways, all right. Let's move over and put this thing back on. All right, here we are. We're gonna put this back on. I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse it for you guys because putting it back on is just the opposite of taking it off. I'll bring you back. All right, fellas, I got it back together. Let's see what it'll do. You want to? Good. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging to see if it's supposed to run at a higher speed than that or not. But I'm gonna assume no. Anyways, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.